Hey guys, just wanted to give an update this morning. So yesterday we had our first day of committee meetings. I'm sitting in on the Legislative Priorities Committee. I was appointed as the chairman of a subcommittee that where we actually reviewed not only the Texas Abolitionist Strategy but also the immediate abolition priority. And anyway, the only people that showed up to testify for those two priorities was Texas Right to Life and Wesley Thomas of Abolish Abortion Texas. So I just wanted to get on this morning and let you know that we are underrepresented so far. We need to raise the flag. We need people who are delegates or alternates or just want to come and support and maybe even have the opportunity to testify, even though they're not a delegate. There's a possibility that may still happen. They may just weigh your testimony a little lighter. But we need you guys up here. There is nothing happening in person after Wednesday. So if you want to come and advocate on behalf of the immediate abolition priority, today and tomorrow is the time to do it. So I'll also tell you tomorrow they're looking at ending earlier because the SREC has an evening meeting, I think it's 7 or 8 o'clock, and many of the people, some of the SREC members are on our committees and they're wanting to get home so that they can join this SREC meeting virtually from their homes. So that's not to say it will end early, but it could end as early as 4 or 5 tomorrow. So anyway, just to give you an idea, the game has changed. There's literally today and tomorrow. Today will be a long day. From our committee, I went ahead and just pushed the Texas Abolitionist Strategy and I'm saying our committee went ahead and just accepted both the TAS, I'll call it, Texas Abolitionist Strategy, which isn't abolition and isn't really a strategy. But anyway, we can tell you guys more about that if you're not familiar. But the point is that we need people to come and testify on behalf of these of immediate abolition, and we need to challenge this other strategy. And right now we are. I'll give you an example. So yesterday, there's also platform committee going on, and there's multiple. Well, there's actually, I think they're still in subcommittees today. There was one plank that I had introduced from SD7 that was sent up. It was we refined the language in the plank that's called discriminatory abortion. And basically what that was is it was a plank that really was the pre-NDA plank. And what we did from our SD is I at least struck the language that had pre-NDA in it. And when it went to a list, so what the pre-NDA is non-discriminatory abortion. Well, the problem with that is that even though it claims to be non-discriminatory, it actually still discriminates on children based on their age of gestation. So what I did in that plank is we struck that language out of pre-NDA and actually added to the list of non-discriminable attributes, we added age of gestation. So that was like an opportunity for a win to modify the plank to basically get rid of the pre-NDA plank in the platform. Well, yesterday I think Wes walked into the middle of this committee meeting, not even realizing it was up, and the committee, because there was no testimony or no one there to advocate for it, they just struck it down. And now I think it can still be reintroduced in the main as they come back together as a main platform committee. So there's opportunities for that. But guys, politics is for those who show up, and if we're not there to advocate for these things, then the people in the room get to make those decisions. I'll tell you, I led a committee yesterday. We had 100 priorities, and I'll say there were probably like 30 pro-life abolition priorities and 20 constitutional carry, and there's a lot of quick decisions that are happening. And these people aren't just making decisions because they're good or bad people. A lot of times it's just, hey, we gotta get 400 priorities down to 5. That is a challenge. And the question is, the people that show up to advocate are going to influence the people, like in my case, that are making the decisions. And there are 31 people sitting on the Legislative Priorities Committee that need to be influenced, whether you're even able to testify or just be off to the side, shaking hands, meeting people, talking to them in the hallway. All of that is important. So if you are available today, I strongly encourage you to get to the Marriott Marquis next to the George R. Brown and come and advocate. Again, the schedule is very tentative. It's hard for us to give you exact times. We just need you to show up and be available, and we'll find things for you to do. But we need your time. And if you have today or tomorrow, any time, just come down, contact Wes, or you should be in one of our chats. If you don't, text me or message me, and we'll let you know what's going on. I'll say try to reach out to Wes or one of the other guys, because like yesterday I was not able to really keep up with any of my communications because I was actively reviewing priorities and cutting things and voting on things. And anyways, appreciate all of you guys, and just thank you for all that you guys do and helping to support and advocate for justice in regards to our preborn neighbors. And I look forward to seeing you guys. And I think leaving yesterday, I think we actually had a really good exchange in committee. I think there were a lot of good questions. I think both Texas abolitionist strategy and immediate abolition was kind of presented, and some of the, in my opinion, I'm a little biased, but some of the weaknesses of Texas abolitionist strategy were presented. But we need you guys to come and push pressure points on that and expose, why it is that strategy is no different than the last 47 years, as Bradley has, taught us. Sorry, my phone just cratered. Just to say, yes, we had a good day in committee, and I think we presented things. It would have been great to have more testimony. There were actually 4 guys that showed up that were advocating for equal parenting rights or equal time. Apparently there's joint custody, but that joint custody doesn't mean equal time. Anyway, those guys, we pushed their priority to the next level because they showed up and they advocated for it. And it's not that it's going to make the top 5, but it's something we thought that was, especially because of their effort, we wanted to go ahead and bring it to the floor so all 31 committee members would have to, at least hear it before we move on or winnow it down to the top 5 or 10 or whatever it is. So again, I can't stress enough to show up. Secondly, I think Wes and I were, not discouraged, but we know what abolitionists are capable of. We know how you guys show up in force. And I think with COVID and all the, tentative plans and everything changing, I think it's hard to communicate when it's the right time, and trying to take a whole week is difficult. So now it's clear. There's 2 days, today and tomorrow. So if you have time, get here, and I would say hopefully we can sidebar and have some conversations around giving you more information about what the Texas abolitionist strategy is, how immediate abolition stands apart. Most of you guys are well coached and well educated on the subject, but I think a lot of you are asking, what can we say, what can we testify on? I think the best thing, we don't want to, we want this to be organic. We want the spirit to lead and drive your testimony. But there is some one-pagers on the Texas abolitionist strategy we can give you guys, just so you can read it and get an idea of what we're up against. So, and really, you already know it. It's status quo versus actually advocating for justice. So, anyway, I'm going to try to keep this short, 9 minutes short, or almost 10. God bless you guys. Thank you again for your support, and hope to see you up here today. All right, take care.